Hey everybody, welcome inside the State Champs Sports Network studios. My name is Lauren Plant and you are tuned into another episode of the State Champs Scout Show. What is that? Well, it is quite frankly a coverage of the tri-state area, talking Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, talking recruiting news. We do it every week and we do it all year long. This show proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University. They are on the hunt for at least 200 athletes at this very university. Go to LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. We've also got former Michigan State quarterback and pro quarterback Ryan Van Dyke back with another edition of Recruiting 101, and he's talking position groups. So we got a lot to get to. Let's get going.
This is Alan True with the latest in recruiting news from the state of Ohio. Washington Courthouse tight end Tanner LeMaster is only a sophomore, but at 6'6", 230 pounds, he has a college prospect frame and has made some big plays for his team this season. That has resulted in a scholarship offer from Morgan State, his first, but Iowa State, Penn State, Ohio State, Indiana, and more are in contact. In addition to his football exploits, LeMaster is a 3.9 student in the classroom and also plays baseball. Eastern Michigan, Louisville, and West Virginia have all offered Cincinnati St. Xavier Jr. offensive lineman Cameron Collins. Collins is a 6'4", 265-pound guard who now has 6 offers. Also an excellent student, Collins has heard from Harvard, Miami, Bowling Green, and more, in addition to the schools who have offered. Pickerington North defensive end Elijah Hawk received a new offer from Central Michigan. Hawk, a senior, has fantastic size at 6'5", 250 pounds, and can move that big body side to side with a background as a stand-up linebacker as well. He also has offers from Ohio, Florida International, Charlotte, Miami of Ohio, Kent State, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, and more, with some Power 5 schools still monitoring his progress as a senior. Over to girls hoops, Dublin Kaufman class of 22 guard Mari Russell has had a very good end of the month of September, earning offers from Ole Miss, Indiana, Seton Hall, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, and Penn State, all in the later half of the month. Cincinnati was Russell's first offer, but Xavier, Temple, and others have also offered. She was an All-Ohio selection as a sophomore last season. That's it for recruiting news this month. I'm Alan True.
Lauren Plant to let you know we have 2 weekly football podcasts you should check out. State Champs Michigan's and State Champs Indiana's Extra Point. Both focus on the latest happenings in the sport of high school football in their respective states. It's a great listen, and check them out wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search State Champs Extra Point.
Checking in from Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein. Mount Vernon's Tanner Koziel is in Travis Kelce mode this fall. He committed to Ball State over the weekend following a decommitment from the University of North Dakota. Koziel, a 6'6" hybrid tight end, has caught 25 balls for 260 yards and 8 touchdowns this year for the 8-0 Marauders. The last 3 years, he's played his prep pigskin in the Chicago area. To say he's been a difference maker for Mount Vernon would be a vast understatement. Koziel has easily replaced deep dish pizza as the town's favorite thing from Chicago. Transferring to Mount Vernon back in the summer from powerhouse Nazareth Academy, after the IHSAA moved football to the spring because of the pandemic, he's been making sweet music with Marauders junior quarterback Garrett Sloonaker in the passing game all season long. More than half of the 6'2" Sloonaker's scoring tosses have went to the Windy City transplant. Back in Chi-Town, Koziel snared passes from 5-star field general and Michigan commit J.J. McCarthy. Switching focus to the boys' basketball recruiting radar, Hammond senior forward Daryl Reed committed to Alabama State last week. The 6'8" Reed is the definition of a workhorse out of the front court, a relentless rebounder and rim protector cut from the old school cloth of Charles Oakley or Antonio Davis. Last winter, he averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds a night for a Hammond team that won a sectional championship. Fort Wayne Northrop senior wing Kamani Smith will be playing his college hoops next year in Ohio for NAIA Rio Grande. Smith is a silky smooth finisher in the open floor who has his future coaches at Rio Grande licking their chops at his upside. From Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Van Dyke with Quarterback University, back on the State Champs Network, coming to you to talk about what skill position players can do for their highlight film to send out to colleges. All right, first of all, when I say skill players, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the running back, the wide receivers, and the tight ends. Tight ends, I use the term loosely because with the schematics of today's game, they're a little bit more flexed out, they're a little bit faster, they're a little bit more skilled. So, if you have a running back, if you have a wide receiver, tight end, okay? What do I want to see as a college coach? And I think what really jumps off the screen is athletic ability, obviously executing the play at hand and being able to do special things when the ball touches their hand. What I don't think is emphasized a lot and something that I care about as a coach is how do those players impact the game without the ball? You know, if there's a toss play away from the tight end, is that tight end trying to track down that safety and make the block that might spring that touchdown? Or is the wide receiver, releasing into the alley to block the outside linebacker so the running back can spring free? Those are big type plays, because, this is football. There's 11 players on offense. It takes all 11. I want to see what those positions, the skill positions, do without the ball. So I feel like with the skilled positions, beginning with a highlight film is a way to maximize your exposure to the college audience, right? The college coaches. The second part of that is going to be, okay, your size, right? A lot of these coaches and programs have profiles of exactly what they're looking for and what they want. So if you send your highlight film out to school A and you don't get the response that you're looking for from school A, maybe they have somewhere in there that they're not taking any wide receivers under 6'2", and you're 6'1", and guess what? it's not going to happen. So don't get discouraged by that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but from an effort standpoint and what you're trying to show, you're trying to be special. You're trying to show explosiveness with the ball. You're trying to show diligence without the ball. All right, and if you can do those things and you can put together, I'd say, over 10 plays and be able to send that out, you're going to really set yourself up for success. So that's the skill players for this week. Next week, we're going to talk about the hog mollies, the real men in the trenches, okay? And we're going to dive into what those guys can do to, get maximum exposure for themselves. This is Ryan Van Dyke. Thanks for joining Recruiting 101.
I'm Lauren Plant. Here's what's happening in Michigan. Oak Park's big lineman Rayshawn Benny announced his top 4 schools over the weekend, promising that his commitment was coming soon. The final 4 includes Kentucky, Michigan State, Penn State, and Michigan. Looking at recent pipelines from Oak Park doesn't necessarily give any hints on where Benny might choose. Linemate Justin Rogers landed at Kentucky last year, while 2020 safety Enzo Jennings wound up at Penn State. This year's tailback Davion Prim is headed to Michigan State. A candidate for our Anvil Award, the 6'5", 270-pound offensive and defensive tackle is ranked among the top half-dozen players in the state in the class of 2021 by most recruiting services, and a 4-star recruit by the top 2 24/7 Sports and Rivals. Oak Park's jump to the Oakland Activities Association's Red Division this season has been rough, an 0-4 start, something certainly not helped by Benny's absence from the lineup with a knee injury. He's expected to be back by week 3, but is playing it cautiously and has promised to prove doubters wrong when he does get back on the field. Roseville football got off to a 3-0 start. First time the Panthers had started that quickly since 2011, just the second time in the program's 32-year history. It's getting the Panthers players some notice as well. Junior defensive tackle Malachi Clark dominated the drills at the Sound Mind, Sound Body event in June. Just picked up his first Division I offer from Central Michigan. The 6'3", 285-pound lineman can play both inside and out on the defensive line, displaying the power to play tackle and quickness and burst to rush from the end. Central Michigan offered a pair of junior Grand Haven line mates last week, the first Division I offers for both. The starting right guard and defensive end for the Buccaneers, Dave Arnett, stands 6'5", 230 pounds. Ashton Lipo, the team's right tackle, 6'7", 240 pounds. Both have the frames to put on the weight to stand up at the D1 level and have the wrestling background that college line coaches love. Detroit King guard Omar Ziegler decided back in September to push back his commitment date, and waiting has paid off in new offers. The 6'5", 210-pound shooting guard got a bid from Eastern Michigan over the weekend, adding it to a list that already includes Mississippi State, Illinois Chicago, Morehouse, South Carolina State, Rhode Island, McNeese State, and Toledo. As a junior for the Crusaders, Ziegler averaged 17 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. Maya Petticourt didn't play this summer but continues to rack up the offers, pulling in one from DePaul this week after ones from Virginia and Virginia Tech in September and North Carolina and Georgia Tech in August. The number 21 ranked player in the country in the 2022 class, the 5'9" junior averaged 20 points, just under 6 rebounds, just over 4 assists, and 3.5 steals for a 19-5 Ypsilanti Arbor prep squad last spring. Earlier offers included ones from Kentucky, Mississippi State, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and LSU. That's what's happening in Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant. All right, guys, thank you very, very much. This has been another great show. We do this again every week. For individual clips on everything you see on this very program, just go to the State Champs Indiana, State Champs Ohio, or State Champs Michigan page, or you can check it out. And please follow and like the State Champs Network page. We'll see you next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.